Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ramesh. In today's session, we are going to discuss about what is the difference between array and array list in Java. This is one of the most important and common entry question. Let's check all the properties one by one. And coming to the array, the definition wise, an array is a dynamically created object. It serves as a container that holds the constant number of values of the same type actually. It has the continuous memory location. And coming to the array list is a class which is belongs to Java collection framework, and it contains the popular classes like vector, hash table and hash map, concurrent hash map are actually. And coming to the static dynamic functionality, array is a static size and array list is dynamic size actually. Static in the sense once we declare and give the size, and that is the constant actually, so we cannot change that size again. Okay. And array list is dynamic size. Okay, once we declare the array list and it keeps on adding actually. Okay, I mean the memory. Okay, as many number of objects as we want we can add it, okay, by using array list. And coming to the resizable, an array is a fixed length data structure, and coming to array list, it is a variable length data structure and it can be resized itself when needed actually. Okay. And coming to the initialization, it is mandatory to provide the size of the array while initializing it directly or indirectly. And coming to the array list, we can create an instance of the array list without specifying the size. That is the beauty of creating array list. And Java creates array list with the default size. And coming to the performance, it performs the fast in the comparison to the array list because of the fixed size. Array is faster than the array list. Coming to the array list, it is internally backed by the array in Java. The resize operation in array is slows down the performance. Slightly it is down actually, okay, performance wise. Primitive and generic type. An array can store both objects and primitive types. And coming to the array list, we cannot store the primitive types in the array list. Okay, it can automatically convert the primitive types into objects, even though if you declare it, that will be converted into objects type. That is the array list behavior. And coming to the iterating values, we can use loop or for each loop to iterate the array list arrays. And coming to the array list, we can use the iterator to iterate the over the array list. Coming to type safety, we cannot use generic along with the array because it is the not a convertible type of the array. And coming to the array list, it array list allows us to store the only generic types. That's why it is a type safety. And coming to length, okay, array provides length variable, okay, which denotes the length of the an array. An array list provides the size method, okay, and coming to the determines the size of the array list. Okay, here we have length method, here we have size method. And coming to the add method, adding elements, we can add elements in the array using the like an assignment operator. And coming to the array list, it provides the add method, delete method, remove method, and also contains method is there. We can check like so few examples like how can we add or delete or like remove the elements from the array list. Okay, here we have add method is there. Coming to single or multi-dimensional, array can be multi-dimensional and array list is a single dimensional. This is all about like the features of array and array list. Let's create sample class and test like some of the features. For that I'm going to create array list demo. So initially try to create array actually. Okay, so as we mentioned, this is the create an array. Okay, integer arr, I am just declaring it. Okay, arr equal to, see here, new, okay, integer, new integer, and then we can give the size here. Okay, there is a typo here. Okay, this is how we need to create the new array. Okay, integer arr, this is the reference, and then we are creating new operator, and then if you want to just the index starts from 0. Okay, array of 0 equal to some 100 you can give it. Okay, and this is the arr, right? Array of, for example, let's try to print it. Okay, just if we want to print it, these values arr of, okay, 0. Let's see, like, what is the output. See, 100 we are getting. This is the initialization. 10 elements we are just, sending size, and remaining 9 elements, it is the waste of memory while declaring array, right? Like, so we are wasting 9 memory locations here. But whereas array list, like, it is dynamically, like, strings are expand based on the size of the, like, the objects, like, we assign it actually by using add method and all. This is one of the disadvantage here. But for example, so as we declared like only 10, right? Like, for example, if we are accessing 10th element, assume that we are accessing 10th element here and see, like, what happens. Okay, we will get it like an array index out of bounds exception because only the elements are like only 10, right? Okay, index starts from 0 and 0 to 9. Okay, so since we are accessing 10th element which is not available here, we will get like an array index out of bounds exception. If you want to just check, eliminate this array index out of bounds section, you can refer previous video how to just handle these exceptions. Okay, for example, assume that, okay, so we are trying to access, okay, we are trying to access ninth element, okay, which is not assigned any value, and let's see, like, what is the output here. Let's see 0. There is no element here available, but still we are trying to access by default, like, so array elements are like, so assigned to 0. Okay, this is how, like, one way of declaring the elements and assigning the values. Okay, and the coming to the next one, see another way of creating arrays. See this one, right? Okay, here, like, you can put it 10, 20, 30, okay, 40, and then 50. Okay, some elements we're putting it here. Let's see. See, this is another way of declaring the array here. And let's try to print it using for loop. Integer I equal to 0, I is less than, okay, array dot length method is there. Here there is no size method available. Okay, and I plus plus. Okay, let's try to print these values using sysout array of I. Okay, this I element we're just printing it, and let's see the output here. See all the elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, all the elements, like, we are looping through by using for loop. Even just, we can use it here. This is our, like, the array declaration, initialization, and just adding elements. Obviously we need to add it using, the assignment operator only. Okay, okay, and the next one is array list. So ArrayList we have seen, like, many times actually in our previous videos, but I'm just declaring one more time here. ArrayList, assume that, like, we need to give type here actually, whether we are storing like integer values or string values. Okay, just string values I'm assigning it here. Okay, so new ArrayList, new ArrayList op. Okay, so let's try to import the packages here. Okay, so now adding the objects by using add method. Okay, as we know that we have add method is there. Okay, Java. Okay, we are object, we are adding this one. Try to print for more objects. Okay, here Spring Boot, which is one of the popular technology, Java technology, and microservices, RESTful services, and microservices. Okay, let's try to print these values initially. See here, just directly I'm just printing it here. Okay, array list. Let's see what is the output here. See, Java, Spring Boot, Spring Boot, and then RESTful services and microservices. These are the popular, Java technologies. And even we can just, use the, okay, advanced for loop also. For example, these are string types, right? str, and then I'm storing the values of array list into this one. This is the general way. So there is, okay, just copy this, cut it, okay. Okay, so now try to print this string values, okay, whatever we converted, right? So we are just assigning this array list values into this one. Okay, now I'm just printing them. See, Java, Spring Boot, RESTful services and microservices. This is using advanced for loop. Okay, and some more features are, if you want to remove it, array list dot remove method is there. Okay, remove method is there. So object we can give it, or even we can give the index also. For example, see here, I'm giving 0th index. Okay, now see, the Java object will be removed actually from here. Okay, the first see here, there is no Java here. There is the Java, right? 0. If you want to, we can give the index also. See, what is the second position location? Spring Boot is there, right? 0, 1, 2. RESTful services, it will be removed actually. See, there is no RESTful services here. So this is how, like, we need to add the elements by using add method, and like, we can remove the corresponding element by using like index position, or like, the object name. Even we can just, there is a method called contains method also there. See here, contains object name we can give it. For example, Java, assume that in case Java, okay. Now it returns like, the boolean value, okay. Just b, you can put it here. Now you can print this boolean value here, okay, this b, and see the output. See, this is the true. Okay, if we specify like, any other value, like, some abc, okay, it returns false because the list does not contains this abc object. In this case, it will give false. Okay, this first set is like, array values, and second set, this one is the boolean, just contain, by using contains method we are just checking it. And the next set of values are Java, Spring Boot, Spring Boot, and RESTful services microservices are these array list values. So in general, in real time actually, we will not use directly like, like this actually. Instead of this one, we can use list actually. Okay, we can store array list, vector, or any kind of values we can store it. Okay, if we give specific to array list, only we need to store like an array list values. But list, right, hash table, hash maps, sorry, those are different thing actually. Okay, vector, okay, queues and everything, like, all the list types we can store it. Let's import this one. Okay, so generally we will use a list, and just list reference we will create it. List is an interface, it is not a class, but array list is a class actually. Okay, we can store any type of like, array list, vector, queues, properties, all those things into list, interface. Let's check the same here. See here, we can get the same output. But this is the, like, generic functionality that we prefer to use in real time actually. Instead of directly declaring array list, we can use list interface and then reference followed by the classes whatever we are going to create it, right? So we can create it. If you want to store like an integer objects, we can put integer and just start, storing the integer objects here. So even though we create like, primitive values, internally the JVM will convert them into like, objects only. That is the beauty of like, creating array list and using actually. Okay. So this is all about, difference between array and array list. Okay. Please, like, so like my video and share with your friends, and comment if you have any doubts, and subscribe my channel for more interesting videos. In next video we will come up with a new interesting topic. Thank you.